Hey guys, it's Laura here from Dogs by Design. We're just starting, well, this is my first attempt at doing a kind of little educational video. So today we're just going to start a place command. I've got Gus here who is still learning everything. He doesn't know place. We teach it how to then build up distance, duration, distraction. The reason I'm starting with this place command is because it's a super useful command for various things, and it can help address various behavioural issues owners are struggling with, behaviours from greeting at the door, dogs that are nervous of strangers or guests that have come to the house, dogs that get too excited. There's also actually a really great command for creating separation or creating a dog that's not, or helping stop your dog from being as clingy, which with everyone being home over the next wee while, with everyone being at home over the next wee while, you're going to notice your dog's going to become overly attached. More demanding behaviours, constantly shadowing you. And while it's lovely and people probably quite like that, it's actually not an ideal behaviour, especially since we will have to go back to work and regular life and leave them alone eventually. It is healthy for our dogs to be able to have a bit of separation, especially while we're still in the house, so a place command can help with that. I've got my little treats. What's really important to remember is that most dogs will not know this command. Gus does not know this, so I'm going to use food rewards and positive markers to show him and teach him what I want. How we're actually going to start is I just want him to actually get on the bed. I want him to start offering that behaviour. I want him to figure out how to get this food. So you'll notice I won't use any I'm not using a word or command to tell him to get on the bed yet. I'm going to actually wait until he starts offering the actual behaviour on his own to get the food before I start adding the command in. All you're going to hear me doing at the moment is giving what we call a positive marker, and for me I use yes. And so as soon as he displays the behaviour, gives the behaviour that I want, I'm going to mark it with a yes, and I'm going to follow it through with food. And then the key thing, how I want to recommend teaching a place command is that when you say the word place, what it means is that they must go onto their bed and they must stay there until you verbally release them from it. So you'll also hear me saying to condition a release command. And for my dogs, I use the word release. So I'm going to just get started. You guys can watch and learn, and we'll get a video of each step of the way and upload it for you guys. So here we go. Yes. So I'm just going to pause just briefly. Release. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. Pause again briefly. Release. So it's very specific. So he's not allowed to get off that bed. Yes. Alright, so at this stage I don't mind that he stands up, but what I'm waiting for is that he doesn't get off. None of those feet step off until he hears the word release. Good boy. Yes. Alright, so I think Chevy may have actually, I might have lied here, Chevy may have actually done a little bit of place training with him. You can see he's offering the behaviour straight away. So I'm actually just going to jump a little bit straight to a bit of duration. So I'm going to, just ever so slightly, a slight little step back. And then when I step back, yes, I'm going to give my positive marker to reinforce the duration that he was left. Pause again and then release. Alright, so you see I'm not getting him overexcited. The food enough for Gus is enough to, yes, is enough to get him into an engaged state. Again, I personally don't mind if he stands on it at this stage. He will eventually start to sit or lie down, because what the place command represents is actually relaxing. But in the beginning stages, yes, I don't mind so much. I'm not too picky. So some people may want that, but I'm not too fast. I find they learn it on their own. Release. Alright, so there's also good to change up the direction that you approach the bed. Yes. So that they're not just used to it coming from one area. Again, so see now I'm giving a little bit more of a step back towards. Yes. Positive marker. Release. Good. Boy. Yes. Right, again. Yes, another positive marker for that little bit of duration. You see, I'm not putting the expectations too high on him. Remember, he does not know this, so I'm not trying to set him up to fail, I'm trying to set him up to succeed. Yes, as most of you will know, I am balanced, what people call a balance trainer anyway, is that if they do make wrong choices, I will use negative markers and consequences or corrections or whatever you want to call them, so that the dog knows the behaviour wasn't appropriate. But for this sort of exercise, he does not know it, so I would only start to implement those negative markers or that a consequence if he was choosing to disobey a known command. But we have to do so much foundation work to make sure that he fully understands the command. He understands that it has to be done in a variety of different environments under a variety of different distractions. So we do all of that work first, and then only then do we start to use discipline for disobedience of known commands. Yes. So again, here you go, negative marker, not negative marker, sorry, positive marker for the duration. Even though I was just standing here, there's still a length of time, then release. And you saw there that just from for the length of time, he chose to lay down and relax. So, they do start offering that behaviour themselves. The key part of this exercise is that you make sure you say your command that means they're allowed to get off. So in Gus's case, it's release. It's very, very important that, again, that's where most people go wrong with a lot of their commands, is that they don't have an end to it. And so they put their dog on the bed, and then 10 minutes later they'll let them get off, or like 30 seconds later they'll let them get off, and that's fine sometimes, and then the next day they'll decide, oh no, you're not allowed to get off, and so the dog is confused of whether it's supposed to stay on there for 30 seconds, for 10 minutes, for 30 minutes, until someone tells them he's a good boy, or until someone calls him there's no consistency in what the command actually means. So it's very important that you yourself in your own head have a very clear meaning. Good. Release. Good boy. So Gus, I'm just going to quickly, he is now offering the behaviour quite readily. As soon as I go near the bed, he's getting on it. So that is my indicator that I can add in the actual command now. So for me, I am using the word place. So we'll go up, place, yes. Right, and pause. So as you see him make the choice to go onto the bed, that's when I say place. So he's associating it, moving towards the bed is what it paired with the word place. So he's starting to understand that movement is paired with that word. Yes, a little bit of duration. Pause again. Release. Now what's also really important is to go slow. Alright, so many people, you get telling you, place, yes, good, release. and pause in between each one. Because what happens if you go too quickly and you're too frantic and you're too quick and all over the place, your dog will start to preempt, and they'll be using actual physical cues that you do subconsciously as their meaning to get off and whatnot. So go slow. You rewatch this video again, see a pause in between each of my command, especially the release command at least. Place. Yes. Alright, so even we're giving a bit of distance now, and I'm coming back, pausing, yes. And then again, pausing between the end command, you know, because a lot of dogs, you give them the food and they think that it's over. That's not the case with this command. It's not over until yes. So I'm going to give that a reward because he's gone into an even more relaxed position, which is good. Pausing again, and then release. Good boy. Okay, good boy. All right, so there we go. That's the first step. See, this is what you want. Dogs offering the behaviour. Yeah, I hope that was beneficial. Any questions? Pop them in the comments. And like I said, super important command. Any dog that does not know this, no matter the size, age, breed, no matter what, it is a super beneficial command to teach, and I would get onto it right away. Cool. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time.